A couple of years ago, when Predator Hunting Grounds was released on PlayStation 4 and PC, I was rooting for it. I had faith that they were going to support the game and that they were going to do all these fixes and do this and do that. I made loads of videos about it during the first few months of me starting up my YouTube channel in general, and now 2 years later, they've done hardly anything with it. Like, seriously, there's, what, now nighttime, which is cool. I mean, that's cool. Yes, night. I mean, day and night. I mean, some of the most basic games out there, even on the Nintendo 64, had a day and night function. Even, like, you know, Pokemon Silver and Gold on the Game Boy, back in the late 90s, had a, had a night and day system. However, they done that, and they added in one extra map and a load of paid DLC and a new multiplayer mode, which is a bit shit, if I'm honest. But apart from that, what's this game like in 2022? Well, I picked up the PC version. I originally played it on the PlayStation 4, and it was rough. It was very, very rough on the PlayStation 4, that's for sure. However, with the PC version, I've had a bit of a better time with it. It's a lot better on the PC, and now that there's a few more skins and whatnot, fine. It's cool, I suppose. The whole collector's thing was very, very cheap, like 15 quid, I think. So I picked that up. So effectively have all the paid DLC. If it wasn't cheap, I wouldn't have bought it. But I thought, why not? I am a massive Predator fan. I have, boxed up Predator figurines, and I have books and comics and a Predator mask of my own, and the films, which I love and I've watched ever since I was a kid. So I gave the game another go, and in all honesty, it's okay. It's not terrible, it's not amazing, it's kind of just sat there on the, I'll play this from time to time occasionally, which is a shame because it had so much potential to be so much more, and that's what I wanted it to be. But of course, we don't always get what we want in this life. We just have to take what is, what is just there, but it's just crazy that they had such a large license on their hands, and they ballsed it up, and God knows what they were thinking behind the scenes. But there'll never be a sequel to this game, I doubt, and I don't think it's going to get much more support than it's got now, so I would only ever advise picking up Predator Hunting Grounds if it is very, very cheap and you are a Predator fan. If you're a Predator fan, you'll find some joy. The Predator is still, 2 years later, in my opinion, a little underpowered. Now, don't get me wrong, there is a learning curve as a Predator, but it's ridiculous because even if you're invisible, you are still easily spotted, and you stomp around like an elephant from Fantasia, and it's stupid. The Predator is meant to be stealthy, up in the trees, no thumping. But even if you're running up in the trees or on the ground, every time you step, it's just a massive thump. So the soldiers can hear it's clicking and all the vocalizations that the Predator makes. The soldiers can hear it when the Predator's near, which I think is stupid. That just removes all. Oh, hang on, the Predator's here. Don't worry, lads, I can hear him breathing. That's just something I wish they'd taken out. But like a lot of my footage is, well, pretty much all my footage for this video is going to be me as a Marine, because I just queued up on quick play, because if you try and queue as the Predator, you wait a little longer. The queue times are better than they were a couple of years ago, but the game does have something to offer in terms of, there's side missions to do, you can work as a team, you can mud yourself up to hide yourself from the heat vision of the Predator. The AI for the soldiers in the game is terrible, absolutely terrible. There's in-game currency that can be found in the game and earned via playing the game, and as you level up, you'll be able to unlock more weapons and more abilities and etc., like perks, for example, and that's cool. There's always something to work towards, and that's great. But yeah, the game is just still lacking in a final polish. if you ask me. It's just lacking that final buff of polish, and could do with a hell of a lot more content if this game's going to have any more longevity. It needs more content, because the hardcore players will only keep it alive for so long. And with this day and age, you know, who knows, if the servers get shut down, that's it. There's nothing really single player to play on it, and that's such a shame. They could have done a concrete jungle, like a city map from Predator 2. They could have done all sorts. What we really need is a remastered version of Predator Concrete Jungle. That third-person action game, that was an amazing Predator game. And that's what we need to come back. But that's just what I think. I hope this video has helped you out. Like I said, unless you're a Predator fan and the game is dirt cheap, I wouldn't bother picking it up. But then, on Steam, as long as you've got less than, a couple of hours playtime, and it's within 14 days of buying the game, you can always get your money back anyway, and put it towards a game that's actually worth your time. But thank you very much for watching the video, and until next time.